I want to talk about the Indiana Fever because they look pretty bad. And I thought they were getting better, but it seems like they got worse with the last game. But it was on the second end of a back-to-back. They had just won a tough game against the Chicago Sky. And I still think the Indiana Fever look like they don't want to win basketball games. And so I'm going to go down the line and talk about some things that they can do to improve once again. Because here's the thing with me, man. When you watch a basketball team like with the WNBA, I've become an Indiana Fever fan. Is it because of Caitlin Clark? Yes. Is it easier for me to love the team and the environment because it's in Indiana? Also, yes. I'm also an Indiana Pacers guy. So since I'm a Pacers guy, Indiana's just a great basketball state. The fans are cool, and I can't help but rock with them. I just can't help but rock with them. And Caitlin Clark is the reason I'm even watching the WNBA in the first place. I want to see them do well. Nobody wants to see a team fail. So we're gonna keep talking about things they can do to improve, but we're not gonna get mad if they don't improve yet because they're a young team. There's a reason they had the first overall pick, right? We're not going to overreact to 1/4 of the season. But since we are 25% through the season, this is the time where teams start improving. And my first point is Caitlin. She carries the heaviest burden I think any real basketball player has ever carried since LeBron James. Because the burden she carries is, for one, there is a legion of super fanatic fans who expect her to become the GOAT. We've expected her to come into her profession and be the greatest. Give her time to adjust. We expect her to be the greatest basketball player of all time. We also expect her to be the main sense of offense for her team and be responsible for her teammates' offense. That's ridiculous. We're talking about a rookie. You thought she was going to come over and average 50? That was ridiculous. Stop putting this burden on this woman. Let her play, man. The other issue with the Indiana Fever is they have no chemistry. They don't have a chemistry. They're not a unit. I don't know if you guys saw Matt Barnes. I really respect Matt Barnes as a person, but he spoke on the situation. And Matt Barnes talked about how when you're a team, you protect the product. When he was on the LA Lakers, they protected Kobe. Like, if anybody said anything to Kobe, like, Kobe is our guy. Like, he's our star. Like, we go protect him. The Fever don't have that. Like when she got pushed to the ground by Kennedy Clark, whatever you think about that play. Her teammates should have came to help her up. They didn't come to help her up. You got to come help her up. Whether or not you like her, put away personal bias. It's time to win basketball games. Put away the political talks around the names of Caitlin, or around the name of Caitlin, in which has translated to the names of every single body on the Indiana Fever. Forget all the political and racial talk. Let's just win basketball games. I got your back if you got mine. I don't care about how much money you make, or, what people are saying about you, or, what you are compared to me. Let's not care about that. Let's just win basketball games. And the best way you can win basketball games right now, and one of the biggest things you can do, is protect your player. The one who has all the attention, have her back. If you do that, you'll win more. Away from personality and chemistry sorts of things, they are missing too many open shots as a team. Caitlin, she shoots a bunch of... Somebody said this in my comment section. She shoots a bunch of contested shots because she never gets open, right? And her teammates miss wide open shots. That is literally been it. That's quite literally been the name of the game. Caitlin has to shoot contested shots because she's getting triple teamed, and her teammates get wide open shots and they just airball. Wallace. I don't want to come at her personally and attack her, but she sucks on the basketball court right now. She sucks. Kelsey Mitchell. I don't want to come at her as a person and attack her, but right now, she seems like she does not want to pass the ball to Caitlin ever. I've never seen her ever pass the ball back to Caitlin. But I won't dwell on that too long, and I don't think there's much personal things going on there. The reason why is because I've never seen her pass it to anybody. It seems like when she gets the ball, it's going up. She's just going to shoot. It's very predictable. If I was the defense, I would just double her. Because every time she gets the ball, it's going up. And even if I send an extra body, it's still going to go up. So we might as well make the shot a little bit harder because it's just going up. The shot's just going to go up. Can we have more offense, more movement? Can we put up a sign like this on the court. Can we do one of these for me, please? Because it seems like they really don't have any ball movement. And it seems like somehow, some way, the stagnant offense, just at the end, we just call on Kelsey Mitchell to fix it. And she gets the ball and jacks something up. And it's always contested. And the open shots, the open layups she gets, she just misses those. So she has to make these mad contested shots. Can we please, Aaliyah Boston. She seems out of shape to me. She's great. I love it. She's great. She seems a bit out of shape right now. She's got to get into game shape. And I'm not attacking her as a person. I can really respect Aaliyah Boston as a person. But you have to be in basketball shape. Katie Lou Samuelson. She needs more minutes, more opportunity. I need to see her next to Aaliyah Boston. Can we see that? I want to see a lineup with Katie Lou and Aaliyah Boston. That offensively is going to work with Caitlin Clark. Please, coach sides, do it. The spacing, it will work. Put Katie Lou at the 4 for some part of the game with Aaliyah Boston and let it run out. I want to see how it works. More minutes for her. Erica Wheeler, she sucks. I don't know what she's good at this point. I'm not trying to attack her as a person. Just on the basketball court, she's not desirable. She's too small. So the only thing you could expect her to do on the court while Caitlin is also on the court is dribble the ball and have the ball in her hands. But she's not as good as Caitlin at doing that. So she really has no role on the court. She doesn't fulfill any other thing besides being a point guard. And she's not as good of a point guard as Caitlin. And when she runs the point guard, Caitlin doesn't really do anything. And you want the offense running through Caitlin because she's the one drawing 2 defenders. So it's going to open up your offense. And she's the best playmaker. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to have Erica Wheeler in the game ever. So Caitlin needs to always be the point guard. Caitlin needs to be the point guard always. Literally always. There should not be a point in the game where Caitlin's not the point guard. I like to see Caitlin running off ball, but it's not going to work right now. I know I talked about it in the video past. It's not going to work right now. She can't run off ball at this point. The reason why Caitlin can't run off ball is because when she gets the ball out of her hands, when Kelsey Mitchell or Erica Wheeler get the ball, they just don't pass it back to her. So, no matter how many pin downs she comes off of, it doesn't matter how many hard screens Aaliyah sets, they're not going to get her the ball. Every single time Caitlin passes the ball and then runs around off ball, she never gets it back. I don't think I've seen it one time since Coach Shies tried to do it. I don't know if Coach saw my video. I made a video talking about I want to see her play off ball more, and it really has been working. I do think my hypothesis, it stands true. The experiment has worked. She is getting open running off ball, but she's just not getting the ball when she runs off ball. So she's just got to have the ball in her hands. She's an amazing playmaker anyway. And I also think Caitlin needs to stop being such pass first. I love pass first players. I love Tyrese Halliburton. He's my second favorite player in the NBA. Curry's my all-time favorite, and then behind him it's Halliburton right now. I love Tyrese Halliburton. I love Tyrese Halliburton. I love watching him play. I love watching the Pacers offense so much. So it just makes me so happy. It's like tasting vanilla ice cream. That's just what it feels like to watch Tyrese Halliburton lead that Pacers offense. And Caitlin reminds me of Tyrese Halliburton in the way she wants to play. But you can't play so pass first if you don't have the personnel. Who are you passing it to? Her teammates are not very good at this point. You can pass all you want and expect them to go get their own shots, but they won't. The ball's not going to find its way back to you. You have to go and get your own at this point. As I said about Aaliyah Boston, I said she was a bit lazy. The whole team's lazy right now. They don't seem like they want to win. They don't seem like they're fighting for rebounds, for defense. They don't want to win these games. They're not playing harder than the other team. That's really what it boils down to. At the end of the day, the team's just lazy. The team's they're not playing hard. That's really what it is at the end of the day. Caitlin plays hard, the team plays hard, and then Caitlin gets double. She has to pass it. They miss a few shots, and the whole morale is just gone. That's just it. Caitlin comes out first quarter, makes a few shots. She might have 8 points, and we're doing this, whatever, right? And then she's triple teamed. She has to pass the ball, and Kelsey Mitchell jacks up it's just 2 shots in the WNBA. You go down 6 points, that's like being down 12 in the NBA. And then, you miss again, and then you're down 8, and now, it's a 20-point game. you're not coming back. The team needs to just play a bit harder. And if they play a bit harder, all will be well. For the record, man, I hate the idea that people think that I'm hating on these players. So I said it in this video. I'm not trying to hate on anybody. But reality is reality. I mean, I spit facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. Like, these players just, they ain't with it. Like, y'all, I feel like a lot of people be getting, you know, touchy-feely in my comment section because I think a lot of y'all dudes that watch me have crushes on these players. I think that's what it is. And I feel sad for you because I think a lot of people really like get really touchy-feely about WNBA players because in reality these dudes like have crushes on these players that don't know them. Like, bro, I promise, bro, they don't know you, man. It's not that deep, man. It's not that deep. Reality is reality. If you ain't hooping, you ain't hooping. And we talk basketball.